What's up, everyone? Welcome to the High Passion Podcast Halloween Special. We're here at Coin 8 with the perfect guest for this Halloween special, Ester Tops.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to do a special effects look and giving Daniel here a third-degree burn on half of his face.
It takes a bit of time, so we're going to speed up the first part for everyone watching, then get right into the interview. Let's get into it. So tell everyone what you're putting on my face right now.
Right now, I put on a 2-part silicone molding from Narrative Cosmetic. What that does, when I mix them together, it gives me a nice burnt third-degree effect when I put it on my person.
Nice. How did you actually start in this field? It's such an interesting field. Did you go to school for it or something like that?
No, I actually went to school for medical aesthetics, which is like laser, hair removal, tattoo removal, and all that stuff.
Got you.
Which was, so random.
Yeah, I mean, to get to that.
And then to get to here. But I had a good middle ground. I did photography for a while because I got pregnant with my daughter. So I couldn't work using laser machines anymore.
Oh, throughout the pregnancy? Throughout
the pregnancy and after the pregnancy. I didn't have time, right? So I went into photography and I actually did that as a business, which is absolutely wild for so many years, doing weddings and special occasions and everything that you can think of, right? And
for the photography, you just, was it self-taught?
Yeah, even the photography was self-taught. Wow. This makeup is self-taught. Everything was self-taught. But it was such an easy transition to go from photography to makeup because I was just always around.
Got you.
I was always around it. And even as a kid, I absolutely loved watching, horror films with my dad and stuff and being freaked out and scared and then wondering like, wow, how'd they do that?
Yeah.
Like just wanting to be in that entire field at a young age was really, sweet.
So just the general interest in like the horror culture.
Yeah. It was always interesting to see like, how the hell did they just make a character looking 1,000 times different from what the person actually is, It was just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you posted on your Instagram the other day about which movie was it where the girl was explaining the makeup she did.
Oh, yes.
Can't remember which movie that was.
Oh my God, The Exorcist.
Yes.
The Exorcist, the original. I think it was the 1982 version? I believe the year was. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that was definitely a big thing for me. One of my favorite movies beyond compare.
Yeah,
like
it is crazy special effects.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was now. You know what I mean? Like the mediums they were using are so old school. So it was like so different to what it is now and what they're using. So it was really cool where it's like they're using just simple liquid latex and cotton balls to make cuts. It was just so simple.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made it so cool. And I love all the work these days too, but everything just seems to be like online and AI and.
So that's what I was just going to ask, like what would be some of the major differences versus, as you were saying, like the old school techniques versus what you're doing now?
Well, now this is definitely newer.
What you're doing.
Yeah, what I'm doing right now is definitely newer. I think latex was like a key thing back in the day.
Yeah.
Which was really cool about that is like when you're on set and last minute, you can make your own.
Oh.
You make your own, not liquid latex, but you can make your own silicone things. You can do your own skin wax. It's all very, very dope.
Yeah, accessible.
Yeah, and accessible. And that's what made me fall in love. And I taught this to myself from watching YouTube videos.
I was just, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like super stoked about it because that's how I learned from like those old school videos first. I used to make my own skin wax. My very first videos, my very first SFX job was from me making my own skin wax with flour and Vaseline and foundation.
So how did you start practicing? Like if somebody wanted to practice themselves, like what'd you do to start?
Oh, I was so in love with watching the videos and then attempting to do the same thing back. Like YouTube was my number one, just search of what I wanted to turn myself into.
Yeah.
And there was just so many gurus on there that told me, exactly
what
what
to
I
do.
needed to do. Yeah.
And then you just practiced it on yourself and friends?
Yeah, that's it. On myself and friends, made my own stuff. So because, you know, who wants to spend all that money right then and there when you don't know if that's something we really want to do?
Fair.
You know, it's expensive now at least. And yeah, no, it was probably the best decision I've made. Like this career has made me the happiest.
Yeah, I mean, you're killer at it. I've looked at some of the work you've done.
Thank you.
And it's crazy, crazy what you can make a person look like just with a couple hours.
Thank you. No, it's definitely a freaking blast. And I think once you see yourself at the end of this right now, it's going to freak you the hell out.
Yeah. Well,
The beauty of this, I can change you completely.
Yeah,
you know?
and like I said previously before we got on camera, this is my first time having any special effects makeup put on me, so it's a really cool experience, and I'm glad to have you here showing me what's up.
And I love that. New blood.
Yes.
I love it.
So if somebody else wanted to learn themselves, where would you suggest they start?
Anything that you want, you have in your mind that you want to learn, say it being, how do I make my own scar wax? How do I make fake teeth? How do I do this? How do I do that? Go online. There is just so much things out there for you that are free and that are available at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Go learn.
Yeah.
Go enjoy it. If you enjoy it that much, you're not going to have any issues going on there and watching these videos.
Yeah, and it's awesome in the age of information that like it's possible for people to do that. Even through your Instagram, you have some tutorials, and
Yes.
you know, you're always posting simple ways for people to do. You did that the little fork trick the other day on Instagram. That was real cool. We'll link that in the video.
The old clown with toothpick.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
You mentioned, and I saw on your Instagram too, you got your daughter to do a little bit of the makeup on you the other day.
It's crazy because she's seen me do it from when she was really young.
Okay.
She's never been scared.
Oh, I guess so. That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like a desensitized.
Exactly. She's never been scared. Like, she must have been 3 years old. She's like, whoa. And I'd be like, it's fake. You know that it's fake. She's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And poor her. She grew up with having a mom like me, but now she loves it. She loves to do looks on me. She draws them out and wants to, you know, try them out on herself, on me. So she's got her own little kit and stuff. It's cute.
Cool. It's a super positive influence.
I love it. And she went nuts when she saw all the comments on that video. She was so happy.
I bet, though. I bet she did some good work. I mean, I couldn't do better. To tell you that.
My job, honestly. She's going to be here next time.
That's so how's it been, obviously, being, you know, your own business and managing having a child at the same time?
Oh, it's hard, but I think, you know, parent in any job that you have is going to be hard.
Fair.
Parenthood is just hard, period. She brings me so much joy in life and into everything, right? So I'm just happy that I get to do that. It's hard, but it's worth it. Like, I get home after 12-hour shift, I'm gonna say goodnight or put her to sleep or whatever. I'm still going to be tired as fuck regardless if I don't put her to sleep or whatever.
Yeah, fair. That's a good point, actually, you know, and it adds that extra little bit of joy to your life.
Exactly. She's the love of my life.
Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's hard. It's really hard, but everything is worth it.
Yeah.
I would do it 1,000 times over.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. You know, you don't always hear that side of it. So
yeah, exactly.
it's, you know, we know it's difficult being a business owner in the start, and then to add having a child on the side and being a productive mother. It's
and
huge.
You don't get a choice, honestly, right?
That's also a very good point.
You don't really get a choice. I had to. You got to. You got to survive.
Yeah. What are some things that you've worked on that are like cool projects that really stand out to you?
Oh man, we talked about this one and I love him so much as an artist. It was definitely one of my favorites. I did a music video with Roderick Porter.
Oh, the one, you showed me where you bloodied them all up for the video.
It was such an awesome experience though. I know it was very simplistic in the way where it was just very bloody.
Yeah.
But I think it just fits so well with the aesthetic, the song, everything. The video came out fantastic. If you guys should want to check it out. The name is Poison.
Yeah, we'll tag it in the video as well. We'll drop a link in the description. Make sure that that's there for you to check out. But it's a really cool aesthetic to the entire video, and the makeup design is crazy.
Yes. I've also done work with Brianne Douglas. If you guys don't know her, she's the coolest celebrity photographer in Toronto. We did Hexwood together.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. That was also, that was also a very cool Halloween event that happened last year. We did a really cool like fashion like zombie, and they had an entire, photo studio thing there with our pictures on the walls and stuff. So it was very cool. If you guys went there, I'm dropping the comments.
Yes. I mean, I wish they were doing it again this year, because it'd be a cool thing. I didn't get to make it out, but I know they were having lots of problems even last year with the permits and whatnot.
Yeah.
So who knows what
this
happened.
City takes the fun out of everything. Tech City.
Sure. That's it. Tell them.
Let's change the rules up.
Bring it back.
We're tired of this. Trudeau. Let's not make this political.
Oh my gosh.
We're getting canceled.
That's it. Too good. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. No, it's good. Good shit. On the note of work that you've done, I wanted to try something new on the podcast where we talk about a specific topic.
Sure.
And I thought something that you'd have a strong opinion on and lots of info on is the expectation of free work for exposure for creatives.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that being a normal?
I feel like, listen, if you're starting out, I feel like exposure like that would be great for practice. But if I'm a fucking grown woman, excuse my language, if I'm a grown woman doing this for so many years, I don't need your exposure. It doesn't pay my bills.
Yeah.
My bills don't get paid from, I don't know which camera to look at for you guys to understand. It does not pay my bills.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know what? In this industry, you guys will notice it a lot too down the road. A lot of people will always ask for a handout, but with nothing in return. You guys have to realize there's so many people that are such good talkers. They will sell you on anything and everything.
Yeah.
And I always say, if you want free work, go ask a student who needs the exposure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's just kind of disrespectful, especially if you're doing film, to be on set and to know that your department is the only one that's not getting paid because they don't think it's special enough or
or whatever the reason
whatever
is.
their reasoning is fucking annoying.
It's honestly, to me, it's crazy that people, especially when it's like bigger companies, could expect that from people. It blows my mind. When they can afford it and they have the budget for it, and then they choose to reach out to people and be like, hey, could you do it for free? It just blows my mind.
It's crazy. What do you want me to do for free? My kit costs $5,000.
Right? Like at the bare minimum,
free here.
At the bare minimum, you've got to cover expenses.
What the hell?
Bare minimum. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's sad because, and you guys know who the hell you are. I've had so many instances with big companies even. That are asking for free things because they have a higher following. Or the right people have eyes on their page, or this or that. And that's all great. But if that person on your page sees my work from any of the other ones that we've done that you paid me for, they'll get the point.
Fair enough. Well, that was one of the questions that I was going to ask is there a time where it is worth it? The trade-off is worth it?
Honestly, at this point in time, you have to start being pick and choosy. Like for me, I'm very pick and choosy. If I have time to do the collab and I don't need the money per se, or maybe I just really like the person it's with and I love the idea, I'll do it. But to have people, in the DMs asking for free things all the time, it's just not it. At this big age, it's not it, y'all.
For sure. And, you got to pay your bills at the end of the day.
Got to get paid.
Well, it's a big thing. And I think being in that position is a good thing as well, because it at least starts fighting against them doing that to everyone. Obviously, they're going to try to just get somebody else to do it for free. But the more people that don't accept that type of work, the less it's going to be available for them. So
I think it's harder to stop taking free payments. I think that was one of my big problems.
Interesting.
Is when I started this kind of work, I obviously did free jobs to gain some experience and doing on actual people, not just my friends.
Build a
So I took it, exactly. But then it's like, how do you transition out of that? Because now everybody knows that you're doing free work. So how do you transition out of it, right? Because you're going to have everybody and their moms in your DMs. When they see that you do really good work, do you see that? When they see that you do really good work, everybody and their mother will be there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a really hard transition for me. I had to say a lot of times. I had to stop talking to a lot of people, or rather they stopped talking to me because they didn't get what they want. And that's okay. In this industry, it's okay to say goodbye.
Yeah.
You'll always make that connection again and again and again. So,
and I think that's a strong place to stand, because like you said, it's hard to start doing that, but once you do, you can really start getting the value for your time back.
Exactly.
Which is a huge thing. Your time is worth money. Like, it really is.
Exactly.
So it's huge to make that step and step away from that free work as soon as you can.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And we want to. See how hard that is already?
Yeah.
And we
feel solid.
It's solid.
Another question I had is, if somebody has a big company reaching out to them for that type of work, free for exposure, what would you like? Is there a way that they could navigate that into paid work anyway, or is it just?
I would start with just replying back saying thank you. Always keep in mind, though, big companies have the money.
Yeah.
They can pay you. There's no need for the free exposure at that point. They have the money to pay you. So I would just reply with saying thank you for thinking of me. These are my rates.
Yeah.
And then I usually just like to ignore. And say, these are my rates. I would really love to be part of this project that you guys are having. Let me know what you think. And then usually they get the point.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will pay you. I've had companies after that message be like, you know what? We don't mind your rates. We'll pay your rates. So you kind of just has to put your foot down and know your worth.
But keep it professional, right? Like you did that. The way you said that is such a positive, happy way to,
of course,
kind of say,
I never
F off and pay me.
Yeah, exactly. But you never want to break.
Say that.
Yeah, exactly. And you never want to break, from whatever relationship that you're going to have with this company in the future, right?
Yeah.
Because maybe now they won't, but maybe next week or next year, they're like, hey, you're doing actually really good.
Yeah, and you don't want to burn that bridge.
You don't want to burn that bridge because that could be a big payer,
Yeah.
So,
super valuable.
Yeah.
Super valuable.
Exactly. We are ready.
All right.
Done. Look at us. We're burnt. Look at him. Look at him. He's burnt.
Nice.
Ouch.
All right, so we're gonna reposition and smoke a joint and get into the cannabis side of this. Now that this is done, let's smoke a joint and talk about your relationship with cannabis. We got some of the creamy runts that I grew here. You already rolled some up there.
I did.
Check that out. I'll show that off to the camera there a little bit.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Gonna spark it up and then get right into it. So, at what point in your life did cannabis come around?
I think I was, I can't remember, 14 or 15.
Yeah.
I think when I started, it was, just for fun with friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I realized I felt less anxious. Like, I've always had anxiety all my life.
Okay.
I've had ADHD all my life. Depression here and there. Always when it's wintertime, you know what I'm talking about.
The seasonal depression.
Exactly. So I always found cannabis to be a thing for me to smoke just to relax.
Yeah.
My brain's always on the move. It's always nice to be able to focus on one thing and not 1,000 things in your head.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Do you remember the first time that you smoked? Or the first time that you actually got high more?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
The first time I smoked was bush.
Yeah.
Just bush.
Yeah. It seems to be a common experience, whether even when it's not bush, like sometimes people just don't get high the first time, and I don't know what it is, but
I think it's bush.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. I think it's bush.
That's
I remember
funny.
The first joint that I attempted to roll myself was full of like seeds and twigs and shit. It was just
People don't know about that nowadays.
Exactly.
You guys don't get that nowadays. No more. You guys get good weed.
You guys are
usually.
you guys are lucky now. No, my sister was the one who always to get like the good stuff.
Okay.
And so it was my 15th birthday, maybe. She took me out with her friend and we smoked. They rolled a fucking cannon. I've never seen a joint that big.
Yeah.
They rolled a cannon and it was 3 of us, my sister, her friend, and myself. And we smoked up and I was like, this is different.
Yeah. You're like, last time it didn't
No,
work.
this is not, you got seeds in here?
Got little pops going on as you're smoking it.
Yeah, that was so funny. No, they were like, what are you talking about?
And we don't get that.
Yeah, we don't understand what the hell you're talking about. Okay, that's cool.
That is funny.
So we smoked and then, of course, munchies, and we wanted to go eat, right? So we went into the McDonald's, which is right at Yonge and Wellesley, right downtown.
The McDonald's.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. At one point, I was hiding under the tables and chairs in McDonald's, telling my sister that there's a guy outside with the sniper. So I'm just gonna chill under here.
You got high.
And she was not gonna fight me on it. She's like, "That's cool. Here's your
just hang out.
cheeseburger. Yes, here's your cheeseburger."
You'll
So
be
I'm just
safe as long as you're under the table.
I'm just under the table, like. Just looking outside. It was like 30 minutes.
Oh,
like,
but-
"Hey, I think we have to leave now."
He's gone. He's gone. I swear. Yeah.
I don't remember the rest of that night. I'll
Wow.
tell you right now.
That's
I was so high. I don't remember the rest of that night. I remember waking up with like Mac sauce all over my face.
yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah.
Just fucking ate.
And honestly, ever since then, I don't know if this is a thing with you for your first time getting high, but I've always chased that kind of high, and I can never get that kind of high anymore.
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah.
kind of chased that a little bit, The only time that I could say that I've experienced like a similar high to one of those first times was after I did like a 4 or 5 week tolerance break.
Oh, okay.
And then I came back and smoked like the weed we smoke nowadays, high THC, terpene profile, and it just, I was like, holy crap, I've never been like this since I was a kid. Like, this is crazy.
That's nice.
Yeah, but very rarely does that happen.
Yeah,
And I do feel like we're always kind of chasing it.
I'll stop smoking for a few days, but I'll never get that. Like,
No.
I always get a different kind of high because it's like, oh, this is nice again.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
feel like normal. I don't feel like I'm smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, well, that's 100%. It just feels like air at a certain
Never like
point.
the first time. Never ending.
So that breaches the next topic.
Yes.
How frequently do you consume now?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I have to.
Yeah.
With all the shit that goes up in here, I have to. I have to. Especially at nighttime.
Yeah.
If I feel like I can't smoke at nighttime, I have insomnia.
Okay. Yeah. So you use it very medically, as you said earlier. It helps you with your anxiety.
Yes.
Now you're saying it helps you with your sleep. So
It has to. It not has to, but it does, because it makes me calm down in my head where I'm like, oh, I'm relaxing now.
yeah.
This is what relaxing means. I'm not going a million miles a minute. I
Yeah.
can just chill. And Nicole's going like this. I can just chill and I'm fine. And then I can be like, oh, I can go to sleep now. And it's great. And I love that. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, there's just so much going on.
Yeah. And I mean, sleep's important.
I need
you're
that.
a mother and a business owner. You've gotta get your rest.
Have to.
And
I have to.
it's a major thing. And I'm glad that, cannabis is something that's helped you with that, and you haven't had to resort to other things that are worse for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very good that this is as simple as it can be for you.
Yes.
Do you find that it's strain specific for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You made fun of me because of my strain. Won't touch it.
So she brought some spinach GMO. I wasn't talking shit, but I was more commenting.
Love you, spinach.
I was more commenting on the THC testing and some of the issues with the high THC percentage coming out on the testing, and people going for that over other things like the terpenes that could benefit them in other ways.
Yes. I feel like the GMO cookies is pretty much one of the only ones that doesn't give me major anxiety. I just think it was the one that puts me to bed.
Yeah, Girl Scout cookies and deep sour kush. Okay. Yeah. I mean, let me open it and actually look at it. Let me open it and actually look at it. Okay, some smalls. Do you buy, like, when you buy it, is it in the, what price range is it in?
A little bit over 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a quarter?
Or 7.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So it's in the budget range. I mean, it's what you'd want to get for that price range.
Of
right?
course. I mean, even if it was more expensive, I would still pay for it, as long as it works.
Well, that's what, if the strain works for you and it gives you the desired effects, like that's the most important part.
Yeah, I've also tried lower THC levels. Like, it's not this thing that I look for, because even the lower ones have given me anxiety.
Yeah, interesting.
Even like a lot of sativas actually give me a lot of anxiety.
I mean, that makes sense for me. I get more of that style of high off of the sativas than I do off the indicas.
Yeah.
I find personally, like, the indicas are what I go for because I like the pain relieving, and the same thing you were saying with, like, shut my mind off a bit.
Yeah.
There's too many things going up here all the time. You know, it's nice to just be able to hit the dimmer.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a weird family or like feeling, with like weed and stuff like that. I just wish more people would get into, maybe smoke a joint more.
Yeah, or like, try it. It's not for everybody, but that is the huge thing. You know, for me, I was prescribed Vyvanse for my ADHD, and, you know, it helped me a lot while I was in school, but once I got out of school, I felt like it was hindering me in the workforce more than it was helping me.
Right.
And I leaned more into just consuming more cannabis. Yeah. And I found that it's worked for me. I was able to still be who I am, but manage my craziness, you know, like, literally.
And I love that. And I think that's like the most beautiful thing, honestly, with smoking weed. And I ask people all the time, sometimes, like, why are you smoking? Is it just for fun? And a lot of people will say just for fun.
Which is cool, too.
Which is awesome. Yeah. Do what you want.
Yeah.
Is it safe?
Recreational, medically, however.
Safely, whatever which way you're doing it, go ahead. Yeah. But I love the fact that people are using it medically.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, you know, in the beginning of time, I think this is what this was for. Medicinal reasons, you know?
It's what it was used for a majority of the time. So.
Exactly. So I love that we can do that now, because I hate being a pill popper. I can't even take a Tylenol. I don't.
Wow. Wow.
I hate it. I'll smoke a joint.
Yeah.
Literally, my headache is because I think too much.
Fair enough.
Calm me down. Yeah. I'm good. I'll go to sleep. I'll sleep it off.
Well, then you definitely don't want the sativas then.
No, I can't.
Get into your head too much.
I don't know how people do the sativa. Yeah. I don't get it. I tried. I attempted and fail. Big fail. Big fail. I can't. It's always hybrids. Or indicas. Yeah. Nice. Getting the effects you need, using it the ways you want. It's fucking awesome. What is your favorite way to consume? Smoking joints? Oh, yeah. Smoking joints, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't like bong hits. That's too much. When I was a kid, it was like the only thing I would rip.
Sad. Yeah. Like convenient and easier to hide.
The
vapes?
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
They're nice still. It's a completely different buzz, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Completely different buzz.
I freeze out from those. Do you guys remember the weed lounge at Young and Bloor?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
I cleaned out there.
Wow.
I threw up everywhere.
Well done.
They missed me.
Yes. That is fucking funny.
Yes.
That's funny. Man, well, that's I mean, joints are the same way I like to smoke. It's the best in my opinion. I like the ritual around rolling the joint and sitting the time, and you get to process and relax while you smoke it. You know, bowls are nice for convenience here and there.
Yeah.
Do you like concentrates at all? Have you ever got into that side?
I like a little bit of hash here and there, but nothing major.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. I'm so old school. I just want to roll a joint. Like you just said, it's just so chill and calm. It's like my yoga.
Yeah.
It's my yoga.
Yeah.
You want to sit there and go, that's my, this is it. I love that. It should just kind of be quiet with my rolling papers. I'm like, this is great. I can smoke. And let's just relax.
It's a ritual of it all. It's what it was before, and it's how I use it, and it works. So
I miss being a kid and be like, that smells so good. Where did you get that? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, that was
good days.
yeah. It's a different time now. You just walk down the street and you walk into a dispensary. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, me personally, I just grow my own. I do suggest that for everybody, but you know, it doesn't hurt to go and support your local dispensary.
Of course. Or your local grower. You know, but that guy.
Yes. Are there any shout outs you want to give before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I want to actually shout out my homie Merce, because I forgot to talk about the For My Family movie that is out. And
there you go.
Will be out for everybody else to view, but we're just going through some stages of getting it put into more film festivals and stuff like that. But yeah, shout out to Mercenary Productions. Absolutely killed it. If you guys want to learn more about For My Family movie, we do have an Instagram called For My Family. So go check us out.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, thank you so much for coming out and doing this. It was a vibe, and
I hope you enjoyed.
This is crazy. I can't believe this. I think it was the perfect Halloween special episode. You know, put it out there for the people, and I couldn't have thought of a better guest to have on for this. So
thank you so much. I really love what you guys are doing. I love watching all of your episodes. I think you guys are absolutely killing out there, and there better be a great follow-up, because
yeah, well, I mean, you've been our number one supporter from day one, so it's great to just finally have you come on. Yeah.
Always.
Thanks again. To everyone watching, if you enjoy what we're doing, make sure to like, follow, and share on YouTube at High Passion Pod, and on Instagram and Spotify at High Passion Podcast. If you want to keep up with our guests, drop her a follow on all social platforms at Ester Tops. I want to give a huge shout out to Sean Sweeney at Sean CS10 for making all this happen and everything you do for the podcast. And to all our viewers, I hope you tune in next time. And until then, stay positive and stay passionate.